Good afternoon, Abbotsford residents. I'm Mr. Pelican. I'm running for your Commander-in-Chief to open the city's books. A forensic audit will open why my life was threatened, why Abbotsford police did what they did, why Henry had his son in front of him, and why Ed Fast and Mike DeYoung covered up an organized elite criminal ring that they took part in. I showed you many things on World YouTube thanks to the Mission RCMP and Henry's son leaking the information. Today I stand in front of Archway Community Services that raised the money on my flood victims. I showed you that Archway had Patricia Driesing on it, and she's a sitting council. She said she calls people out. She waived Archway's community services taxes as a non-profit when it made profit and made millions of dollars and went and bought more realtor. This was an organization set up through the back door. As Pierre Polly had said, these non-profits were going to go in and we're going to dismantle them and we're going to find out. I want to explain something else to you today. Amrik Narang called, here he is, he called to run for city council. I'm encouraging Abbotsford residents and people that are not tied to the establishment to run. Amrik Narang, I understand from the city, and my people in the city, he's a lawyer. He chases ambulances. Amrik Narang also sits here with Archway Community Services. To perceive something as a conflict of interest and to know what it is two things. Therefore, he should have excused himself, first of all, from having anything to do with Archway and say that I will not be tied to Archway when I'm running for the city elective duty. He didn't do that. He didn't do it at all. What Patricia Driesing did is a direct conflict of interest, and she should be disqualified and stepped down from city council. They ain't. It was the establishment that was loading with Rob Santiago, so they handpicked another person to take a spot. So who's jumping out? City said the other day that they heard Dave Lowndes is so scared he can't hold it. He said he's tired of this stuff because he knows the RCMP got to come in. I'm asking Amrik Narang to apologize to Abbotsford community, excuse yourself, and know what a conflict of interest is, especially when you hold a bar license as a lawyer. And quit chasing ambulances, help my community, and if you're gonna run, excuse yourself from Archway Community Services. This is a man that I understand by the city's information. He was on the police board, he was well tied to the establishment, and threw his name in. Patricia Driesing did to our farmers, knowing the conflict of interest and waiving Archway taxes. And Amrik Narang, I want to remind you of this, she owns Perfect Sense, what contracts to Archway too for her company to benefit, and that there is a great conflict of interest. I showed you that Darren Brown was showing Abbotsford residents that these people with titles were just fakes, to fake out Abbotsford residents. We had Barty Sandhu, we know, we had Alex Mitchell, we had all these people that were titled people. We had Kelly Shahal, oh, she's a great person, probation officer. We have Mark Workentine, who was in England, that knew he's not allowed to put his signs on developments. They were there as a front to say, well, the darling as them is. It's kind of like there's a pastor of a church. You would never think that your pastor's stealing. These guys used them titles in that position to help Henry Braun. This is why I stand today to tell Amrik Narang that never mind does it not proceed to look like a conflict of interest, it directly is. And this is why we're going to open them books in the city of Abbotsford, and we're going to go after Archway, and we're going to give it a shake-up like it's never had because of Driesing, because of that. Now, let me tell you how Amrik's going to get his voting power. He'll go to the Community Futures. He'll get them, he'll get Alex Mitchell to endorse him, he'll get all them votes like Darren Brown showed me, he'll get Vicky Hopes to endorse him, he'll get Vicky Hopes to run the newspaper, he'll get that all. We're gonna put a stop to that. You're gonna do this, knock on the doors and say, this is why I'm here for Abbotsford. We're gonna open the forensic audits on all the books what Henry Braun did. Getting in his car and trying to run over Mr. Pelican and leave him for dead. Use Mike Sir to threaten with the task force because I can't afford to go to jail. There's one thing Mr. Pelican and Abbotsford residents want. They want the cuffs on Henry Braun for his organized crime and his hit and run and his attempt on my life and before our courts. And as a lawyer, Amrik Narang, I'd expect that you would understand that above everybody. I'm live, Archway Community Services.